So you may be looking for that book that essentially blankets all those things that you want to change about yourself. Well, my name is Marcus. This is Discover Ignite, where we discover possibilities and ignite change. And today I have a book review for you guys on a book called Game Changers by Dave Aspre. And I'm telling you, this book will change your life. So hold on, stick tight, and let's get this book review started. What's going on, guys? I'm glad you could join me for this book review. Now, I must say this book was a fantastic book, up front and central. I actually wish that I would have read this book a long time ago, right? Because a lot of the books that I've read are kind of all centralized into this book. And if you know anything about Dave Aspre, you know he is the essential creator, right, of the bulletproof diet. And he has a bunch of different things. He's known as a biohacker. And I myself, I guess, could call myself a biohacker, right? Because I have always tried to improve my life in the best way possible. I try to do it a natural way. A lot of the different tools and techniques that Dave goes through over in this book are actually natural ways. Now there's actually one particular section that does particularly talk about nootropics, which is something that I haven't really got into. It has, sparked my interest, and I have looked into different nootropics, more of the natural kind of nootropics or plant-based nootropics. I haven't really looked into any, going out and seeking a doctor and trying to get some kind of prescription for any kind of drugs. I myself don't really believe in that stuff. I don't like altering the chemicals in my brain. If I can do it a natural way, I will do it. But nonetheless, I'm getting off topic here. This particular book has some great insights into it. And the reasoning for that being is the fact that it goes over a lot of different things. It goes over meditation, it goes over gratitude, it goes over nootropics, it goes over a bunch of different things that have helped people, game changers, not just any people, game changers, into improving their lives dramatically. And it gives you some of their brief stories, some of the brief breakdowns for people like Vision. Now Vision, if you don't know, he's a guy who created Mind Valley, which is humongous essentially for, like, if you have done any kind of research essentially on meditation, you will come across Vision. And Vision is that guy. He briefly talks about him in the book. He briefly talks about some other big game changers that I have done a lot of research on, and I have learned a lot from these other people. So again, it was good to see all that kind of stuff wrapped into one book and essentially have a bunch of different a bunch of different bullet facts and techniques that can help you, transition your life. And a lot of these tools, I must say, aren't, overnight success, right? A lot of these things you have to start and realize that you won't see results right away. Now, something like meditation, you can see results after like a week. And I think it's initially because of the fact that you're trying to learn that skill, right? Because your mind is essentially going 200 miles an hour and it's not used to slowing down when you do meditation. So after a while, once you start making it a routine, you start seeing more and more of the benefits that come with meditation. And a lot of things in this book, I must say, are like that way. You have to slowly progress, and you realize that if you continue to do it, after 1 month, 2 months, or even 6 months or a year down the road, you start seeing bigger differences in the way you are. And it's not till you look back at yourself and see how much you've really changed, do you realize that those little increment steps that you took every day, they essentially added up to this whole new person that you are. I'm a much happier person, much more energized person. I enjoy just life in general, since I've picked up a lot of different techniques from this essential book. Right now, again, I've learned a lot of these techniques from other areas, other avenues, but it's good to see all those things put into one book. So if you are looking for a book that can essentially hack your life and make your life a lot better in multitudes of different ways, right now, I'm not just talking about going out and making money and stuff like that. I'm talking about, like, hacking yourself, hacking your mindset, hacking your diet, hacking, just your overall performance. And to do that, a lot of these techniques in this book will really help you do that. So I highly suggest, if you haven't really done any kind of research on any, improvements to yourself, whether that's mentally, physically, pick up this book. Right now, I'm not a big believer in the ketogenic diet, right? He does talk about that briefly in this book, but because I am obviously more plant-based. He does recommend staying more close to nature, which is obviously something I try to always do, which I highly agree with. But nonetheless, this book is a great book. It was a great read. It went over some other specific details in the book that I was unaware of that is interesting, right? It does talk again about nootropics, which has always interested me, but again, I haven't really followed up on that. And as far as like any cons to this book, I must say there wasn't really any cons aside from essentially going over a lot of the different things I've already studied. And again, it briefly touched on anything. It touched on game changers, how their life played out and what essentially helped them in life. And then talks about things like nootropics and how it helped them, and how meditation has helped them, and how different techniques help them, and how being grateful for certain things has truly helped them. So it has a bunch of the different, tools and techniques that will help you build that mindset that you need to be successful in life. And I didn't really see, again, any negativity or any negative in this book. It was a phenomenal read all the way through, and it kept my interest all the way through, which is extremely important. So remember, if you did enjoy this video, to hit the like button on the way out. Until next time, I will see you guys later.